I know, isn't that wonderful? Rain is falling.
Well,
and
it's
we are
raining.
talking wool, which makes me ask the question, can wool get wet?
Well,
We have the answers here. Debbie and Dan are going to help us out with that today.
Well, we're protecting
Science
our
behind
head
wool.
because it's raining on our hair, so we're protecting it with wool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Some wool can get wet and doesn't smell. Others does smell.
Yeah.
But realistically, wool is actually a remarkable material in bad weather, in inclement weather like this. And one of the reasons wool is so resilient is it's actually thinner than human hair. So human hair is normally about 40 microns thick. But if you looked at this under a microscope, wool is anywhere between 23 and 15 microns thick, which is actually why it becomes so much warmer, because it can crimp and it creates all these little air spaces. And those air pockets heat up, and that's why we make wool sweaters out of it. It traps air next to your body, which is why you stay warm.
It's a lot better making wool sweaters out of sheep and things like that, as opposed to making
Human
sweaters out of our hair. That would
I'm
not
going to get an umbrella. I'm going to be right back.
All right, so let's start with the science behind the, what is it? What's the first one?
Well, we're starting with alpaca. You know, a lot of
Alpaca.
people we just think of wool as coming from sheep, but alpaca is one of my favorite animals.
It's actually an alpaca.
Yeah, we've got a picture of that. Look at that. I mean, so it comes from South America.
Well, that is not real.
It
Yes.
looks like Dr. Seuss, but that's a real animal. I actually know people who have those in Malibu.
Yeah, and when you shear them, their wool is actually warmer and lighter than sheep's wool, which is why it's used throughout South America to make sweaters. I think we've got to look for that.
Yes, we do. Our first look, oh boy, our first look is Orly in an alpaca sweater.
That's okay. I'm good.
Come on out, Orly. It's okay if you get wet because the sweater will protect you.
Wow, that's beautiful.
I would like to point out that no animals were harmed in making these sweaters, by the way, because they shear them. Either they shear the full animal or they brush them. This is available at Club Monaco. It's $249. It's a Janine poncho in gray. It's so beautiful. It's one of the warmest wools, by the way, alpaca is. It's used by the native people in Peru and Argentina and Chile. There's a website online called Peruvian Connection where you can get some amazing alpaca sweaters. I'm telling you, this is classic forever.
Beautiful.
You could have this sweater for 30, 40 years.
Because
and it won't.
It's strong. It's sturdy.
Yes,
I mean,
very
we've
strong.
got this example here, actually. Alpaca wool has been used to make rope in South America. That's how strong it is.
Really?
That's what this sweater's not going anywhere.
Ever. It's so beautiful.
And it's really soft.
It is soft, isn't it?
Is it softer than the next one that we're talking about? Which
Nothing
is,
softer than the next one.
Which is why it's the most expensive out
Yeah.
I love
So,
cashmere.
Right here,
Orly.
we've got cashmere, and this is, everyone knows, this is the most luxurious wool, right? So this is in a raw state, and
Why
this
is it so
spun.
expensive?
Why is cashmere
Well,
so
we're gonna
expensive?
tell
Well,
you.
we've got a picture of it. It comes from a goat. It comes from the cashmere goat.
Isn't that
cute
beautiful?
It's beautiful. Now, with the alpaca and the sheep, we actually shear the entire animal. But to get cashmere, this wool comes from a fine underlayer under that outer coat, and so to get it, ranchers have to brush the animal. They brush it. So over an entire year, a goat might produce only 1 or 2 ounces of cashmere wool. That's why it's so expensive.
Exactly. So you have farmers brush. Basically, these goats are being massaged their whole life.
But do you know it's called a chatouche, and it comes from underneath the chin of the goat, and it takes, and they're up to $2,000 for one.
Well, because
I saw it in
How
the
many
store.
do you have?
I don't have any, but it comes just from the goat.
But also,
chin.
listen, the whole goat is going to produce this in a year. So
Yeah.
the chatouche is going to probably take 4 or 5 years to get this much.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Really?
It's
So,
absolutely,
and it's all the undercoat.
It's the undercoat. So that long
The
hair
chin,
you're
the
looking
chin.
at is actually protecting the softer hair underneath. It's so
Wow.
cool.
Fantastic.
And we have our Katie Cazorla wearing a beautiful blue
look
baby
at
blue
her.
cashmere sweater.
Luxurious.
This is so gorgeous, you guys. I wish you could feel it. It's 100% cashmere. Work it, Katie. It's $298 from Club Monaco. And it's so cozy and yummy. And cashmere is generally pretty thin because, like we said, it costs so much to even have a sweater like that, made.
We should only wear it as an undercoat, not an overcoat like that. That wouldn't.
That's right, because the undercoat.
Well, yes, exactly.
Put another
That's
coat
what
on
it's
top.
designed.
Indeed.
Yeah, exactly.
We can put a coat on top to protect it.
How's it feel? You like?
Oh my God, I love it. It's perfect. Cruelty-free and fabulous.
There we go.
And believe it or not, cashmere is very warm. It soaks in a lot of
Because
things.
it's so tightly woven.
All right, and
So finally, we're
Thank
coming
you,
up
Katie.
on what I call, sort of the perfect wool. This comes from the Merino sheep, and we've got a picture of a Merino sheep. A Merino sheep is actually a specific breed of sheep, and this wool, it's got all the amazing properties we think of when we think of wool, right?
Yeah.
It's naturally water resistant, so it's built like shingles. The water just runs off it. Now, if any water does get in there, this wool can absorb up to 1/3 its weight in water before actually feeling damp, which is why we use it for outdoors gear.
Yes.
Because you can sweat and not ever feel like you're wet.
the Revenant. That's what Leo wore.
It's
That is what
Amazing. He actually wore this whole thing. It came from the set. And we have our very own Matt Rogers wearing some 100% merino wool inner layer. This is like something, if you're an outdoorsman, where are you, Matt? There he is. Oh my gosh, work.
There we go.
If you're an outdoorsman,
Nice.
this is what you would wear. You wear that as your base layer, and you'd wear something else like zip up over it. The best thing about merino wool is, for outdoors guys, this not only is it water resistant, it wicks the water away from you, it's also smell resistant, and it's a fire
No, it's
retardant.
not. No, it's not. No, it's not, Matt.
It is.
Sorry.
And camping. No, that's just Matt's natural.
Oh, that's
smell.
it.
Have you been
Shirt
working
itself
out?
does not smell.
Have you been working out? You look amazing.
Thank you. Yes, I have been working out, and I really appreciate the tight shirt, Deb. Thank you.
It looks great on you. This is $90 from Adventure 16. You can get it at any outdoor store like REI, etc. And feel it. It's not itchy either. That's another thing, because a lot of the outdoor fabrics are very itchy. A lot of socks. Outdoor socks are made of merino wool. I bet you have socks made of merino wool that you didn't even know.
And most of our firefighters around the country wear that as an underlayer because it's fire retardant.
Well, let's bring out all of the other two models that Matt had the pleasure of posing with. By the way, thank you so much for the information. If you'd like more, you can go to visit Dan at renegadekitchen.com or Debbie, chase her down at I am Debbie M. Good stuff. All right, and also our website. We're going to come right back. The Harlem Globetrotters are here. They're celebrating their 90th anniversary. We're going to help them.
That's so cool.